Give me your thoughts on all that.
Well, DEI is under attack in the United States, and the entire nonprofit and philanthropic sectors are now. I am part of groups and thought leader groups and thought partner groups of everybody that's trying to really unpack this and see what the recent Supreme Court decision against affirmative action, how it's going to trickle down and what it's going to mean. So, of course, in higher education, which is the example that you just gave, it's already there, front and center. They're in the midst of it, trying to navigate it and deal with it. What I will say is, as far as higher ed is concerned, I believe that most institutions are still dedicated to the concept of DEI. The D has become a four-letter word.
Mm.
It's the D that's most under attack. So I actually just have a quote that we released called Defending the D.
Mm.
We start with the I because without the I, you can't really have the other letters. There's so many acronyms. There's JEDI, EIDB, IDEA, DEI. So, I think that I've seen some very creative, I'm not going to give them away because I know that people are coming up with different tactics and strategies to continue to move the work forward. Now, we saw a precursor to this several months ago. I was sitting with the CEO of a major search firm, and I said, I cannot tell if this is malicious or not, but I'm noticing that DEI roles are starting to be restructured. They're not necessarily eliminating them in many instances, but they're moving people around. They're changing it. It's under professional development now. It's under,
Mm.
you name it. It's
Mhm.
just somewhere else because what we finally determined is people were trying to protect it. I call it, it's a bit of an underground railroad for diversity,
Mm.
equity, and inclusion of people trying to take
Mhm.
it and protect it. Sometimes you have to hide it. Sometimes you have to restructure it, but trying to keep some semblance of it, even though you can't really say that anymore because we're bound now. And there's a lot of fear, especially when something becomes law that can start to impact other areas.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I think that in other areas, it's going to come down to language. It's very much a semantics issue. So we're starting to speak differently instead of necessarily saying DEI. It's fascinating. I just literally like 2 days ago rewrote something where I refuse to go past a certain threshold. Like I'm not gonna pretzel and bend myself over backwards to where I just, I'm sick to my stomach because it's just so wrong that we have to be doing this in the first place.
Sure.
But you have to play the long game and be smart and be strategic.